Okay. My name is Irina. I'm the head of purchasing department of FastPack company, Ukraine. I'm sorry, I'm a bit worried because it's my first experience of webinar. Today we're speaking about the project of optimization of inventory management, which we've carried out with our colleague from ABM Cloud company. I was the project head manager from the customer side. I'd like to say a few words about our company. FastPack was founded in 2007 in Kramatorsk, Donetsk region, and at 2014, when the Russian invasion to Donetsk region has started, the company, including warehouse and office staff, moved to Gostomel and after that to Bucha. There we've been working until the 24th of February. FastPack is one of the most of the biggest importer of fasteners and fixing material in Ukraine, and one of the main supplier for DIY chain. Before the project start, we had a warehouse with area more than 5,000 square meters and 15,000 pallet spaces. 150 employees worked for our company. We cooperated with 83 partner stores, and we made more than 10 million shippings per year. So let's continue. Our main clients were Epicenter and Leroy Merlin. It was one of the biggest supply chains, DIY chains, I'm sorry, in Ukraine. When OBI and Practica worked in Ukraine, our share on the shelf was near 100%. And there were the following issues in inventory planning and management that time. We had large stocks. Of course, it helped us to keep our service level at target range, but at the same time, it froze working capital and reduced turnover. We generated our orders and plans manually, and to be honest, very often they were quite inaccurate, and it was impossible to analyze changes in inventory levels and in the whole supply chain. What challenges we faced too before the project starts? As I said, we had a huge assortment. It includes now more than 12 SKU and SKU with different lead times, and of course we know that it's quite different to manage them. Any of basic characteristic of SKU weren't parameterized. We made our plans and our forecasts and our orders with Excel, and the influence of human mistake factor is pretty big in this case. We all know that it's enough to make only one mistake in one box to make the whole calculation incorrect. As well, pandemic, we all suffered from pandemic and lockdown and from volatile demand. Our forecasts were totally inaccurate, and constant improvement, unstoppable drive is a drive to constant perfection is one of the basic fundamentals of our company. So we realized that we need to do something to automate. We need automatization of our supply chain planning. When we had to make choice of software, we've just picked the site on the methodology. I visited the DDMRP workshop, and when we discussed with my colleague its main keys, we realized that it's something very close to the method we used. but with significant distinctions. So we've been thinking if we had to buy ready-to-use software or to improve our own operational system. Regarding to development our ERP, there were a lot of uncertainties, not only as for cost, but also as for results. On the other hand, Intuiflow, based on the DDMRP, gives us answer for all these questions. All main points were defined before the project start, and I'd like to emphasize that we haven't gone off at terms and budget. So it was very, very important for us, and as well we received references from companies which already have provided Intuiflow, and we realized that it matched with all our needs. The main advantage of the DDMRP is that it includes the main keys of modern methods of planning and managing supply chain, consolidated by innovations block. So the main reason to choose Intuiflow for us was we got the whole supply chain in one intuitively comprehensive system, which allows us to reduce reaction rate, to increase supply chain reliability, and to provide return of investment growth. What should we do to manage the assortment more than 10,000 SKU with lead time from 3 to 200 days? Our first steps were the follows. Characteristic parameterization. We assigned such attributes for all SKU as order cycle, fixed lead time, MOQ, ADU or FDU, main supplier, and so on. After that, we divided them to group, make or buy, and sort them out according to lead times. After that, we defined clear planning and execution priorities. And instead of different formulas in different Excel files, we got single and simple order calculation methods and reliable planning tools. There were 3 milestones of this project: launch preparation, project launch, and parameter optimization. Each of them took approximately 2 months. During the first stage, IT specialists and managers of purchasing and execution department spent near 30% of their working time. When we were on the second stage, we spent approximately half of our working time, but loading on IT went down. And by the end of the third stage, we spent much less time on the project and we worked completely. I'd like to say more detailed about each stage. When we were on the first stage, first of all, we completed methodology training. After that, we digitized procurement and production conditions. Our IT specialists provided data exchange between ERP and Intuiflow, and instance rollout was completed. During the project launch, we fixed data errors, calculated buffers, and as a result, we generated and sent first orders. By the end of the third stage, the whole assortment, our assortment was in the system. We learned to work with alerts and reports. We analyzed MOQ, and we calculated production order cycle. About the order cycle, I'd like to say more detailed, and I'd like to say about how it helped us to reconcile fixed business assets with change in demand. When the 2021 beginning, we all suffered from lockdown, and it led us to demand decrease and to redundancy of work power in company. To save our warehouse team and to enable their operation, we have to make some changeovers, a lot of changeovers. We reduced the order cycle for make items and accordingly the batches. As a result, we kept less quantity of goods on stocks, but we became more flexible regarding to constantly changing demand, and we provided steady work for our warehouse team. And of course, when the lockdown finished, we reset the system and return to our previous parameters. So what has changed for us with providing Intuiflow? We all know such problem as the model distribution. Maybe near 90% of company reported about them. Then a lot of inventory either are in too little or too much range, and very little is within optimal range. With providing Intuiflow, the distribution looks like that. The most inventory is into optimal range, and inventory we have to order, where we have to order is in yellow zone, and very little is in zone little or much. How it looks in the system. Overstocked SKU are colored blue, missed SKU are colored red, colored yellow it's time to order, and colored green it's okay with them. And you can see that we had, before the project start, we had more than 47% of overstocked SKU and 20% of missing goods. By the autumn of 2021, we had 33 and 10% appropriately. So you can see that providing Intuiflow led us to reduce our problem by two times. And as well, one of the significant result of providing Intuiflow was that we raised our service level by 6%. We all know how it's difficult to increase on time and full level after 90%. Our starting level was 92, but it wasn't enough for us. We are quite ambitious. So we even didn't expect that in very short term we can get 20 or 97 an average % service level. According to classic paradigm, we would have to increase our inventory, but we reduced them almost by 2 times, you know. So it was a very great fact for us, and of course the main key result is that it was automatization of our process. We get more time for new project, for development, and the accuracy of our forecast became high too. That's all. I'm very appreciative for your attention, and I will be glad to answer your questions.
Yeah, thanks, Irina, for presentation. There is one question. Did you see it, or I need to read?
Just a sec.
I'll read. It's no problem.
Yeah,
Irina,
okay.
Irina, very nice presentation. Thank you. Can you elaborate if and how you do DD and S&OP? How do you know when a buffer is sized correctly? What are your criteria?
We didn't know if they are correct at the start of the project. We calculated them with the help of our colleagues from ABM Cloud, and after that, we try we start working, and we can see how the level of inventory change, and we can see, you know, we'll experience, but and we saw how the whole system react on buffers, and how it asked to how many it asked to buy. Is this quantity was adequate or not? And it was something between intuition and experience and calculation.
Between intuition and the Intuiflow.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for question and answer. Impressive results. It's not question, but it's okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, if somebody have more question, you can type it. And I want to say that we are in timing. Thanks, Irina. Thanks, Carol. Thanks, Sviat. Thanks, everyone, for attention and time and your questions. We hope that information was useful. If you are interested in a presentation of software which are Irina implemented, you can type in a chat, or one moment, I will share the screen, or you can scan QR from the screen and let us know about your interest, and we can contact you to arrange a meeting. Thanks, everyone. Good luck, and hello from Ukraine.